pooping problem on beaches in Canada. And the culprit? Some brown people, specifically new Indian immigrants. Oh no, non-white. That's racist. Predictably, some will turn this into a racial issue. The savior complex kicks in. Forget cleanliness, common decency, and accountability. Time to play the hero. Defense arguments might claim that Indians are among the highest paid individuals of color in North America, which is seen as a tactic to undermine their success. This isn't about class or income levels. Public defecation, whether it's digging a hole on the sand or otherwise, is an issue of basic hygiene and respect for public spaces. Another defense might be, that's racist. It's not us but Pakistanis or Bangladeshis. Ironically, those who accuse others of racism can sometimes be guilty of prejudice or racist themselves. It's important to remember that this issue involves a range of individuals, and not all Indians are responsible. Other ethnic groups have also contributed to this problem. In India, public defecation is a significant issue, often tied to poverty and poor infrastructure, but this doesn't justify continuing these practices, or such behaviors should be transferred to new environments. Beaches like Wasaga Beach in Canada have public toilets. Again, they have public toilets. So, seriously, who decides, hey, let's set up a tent and dig a hole instead of using the bathroom just a few steps away? Shocking. Cultural differences do exist between Canada and India, and what's acceptable in one country might not be in another. However, basic public decency is a universal standard. Public defecation creates severe health risks, including the spread of pathogens like E. coli and Salmonella. These contaminants lead to infections and can endanger public health. The presence of human waste attracts pests and spreads diseases that affect everyone. So it's time to get serious and become beach pooping police. I'm not even kidding. Instead of addressing the issue, some deflect criticism by labeling it as racism. They avoid taking responsibility by shifting blame or denying the problem's seriousness. I stumbled across this not-so-fun fact on social media recently and was mind-blowingly astonished to learn that this issue has been an ongoing problem for almost 4 years. In all that time, no one managed to come up with a fix. Or is it just that officials would rather let their beaches become a poop paradise than actually hold the responsible parties accountable? If this were a different demographic, those people would have been plastered all over mainstream media by now, with their faces splashed across news outlets. Clearly, the lack of action speaks volumes about who's really being tolerated and who's being ignored. And let's address the argument, stop telling people where to poop, right? Because common sense is clearly not needed here. Maybe if we put up a sign that says, poop here and not on the beach, it'll finally get through. It's not cultural freedom and demand of quote-unquote tolerance. It's a public health hazard. I don't care if you have the immune system of a lizard. Engaging in such practices is a health hazard and a violation of universal decency. Beaches are public spaces frequented by families with children. People come to the beach to enjoy the sun, salty air, and fun, not to smell or witness human waste, or to have a traumatic experience involving human poop. So to sum it up, in India, public defecation is a serious issue, largely due to poverty and inadequate infrastructure. The UN before had even launched a campaign to address this challenge. However, importing such behavior to new environments is disrespectful and utterly unacceptable. It has been a reported problem for 5 years already. This is a blatant disregard for local standards of hygiene and public decency. Such practices are not just unsanitary, but pose significant health risks, endangering everyone who frequents these shared public spaces. Adapting to new cultural norms is essential. Ignoring them, pretending they don't exist, practicing selective blindness, and refusing to respect public spaces only spreads disrespect, animosity, and jeopardizes its public health. Upholding cleanliness and protecting public health is a collective duty.